Today we're going to talk about adding items. These items will be added later on to a treatment plan to allow NHS and private treatments to be added. As usual, we're going to go to the tooth in the top and we're going to move down to setup. Now if we look under products, we have items. That's where these live. So if I click into items, here we have a list of all the items that currently exist. Today I'm going to create a crown, and one of the best things to do if you're creating a new item is to try to find a similar product you already have. So if I search for gold, here is our 1721, and that is the data set I need. If you look there, that is the information I need to populate. So if you were to take a photograph of that with your phone or a snapshot of the screen, you could then use that in the next stage to create your new item. Under schemes, you can have a look at what the NHS band is and if the item is guaranteed or not. Notes are automated notes that will be added once this item is completed. You can choose to use these if you wish to or not, but they should be added there to your new item. Now in this case, I'm going to add a zirconia crown, and I know that material does not exist. So let's hit materials and we can create a new material. There we are, no zirconia in this list. So at the bottom we've got a new button. Enter your zirconia. Enter any valid item it's going to be used on and give it a nice colour. That colour will be implemented once the item is completed on a treatment form. I'm going to go to custom and that will do me nicely. That was materials, but we also have an option of categories. If we look here, this is a way to subdivide items into different categories. We're going to use the crown inlay services. So now let's go to that new button. So let's hit the new and we can start creating our item. I will just put the item name in and the description. If we move down to category, we've got our category set up already. Type, remember I was copying off that earlier one, makes life much easier. Same with chart. Material, zirconia will only appear because I've now added it. The pricing and tax code can be left as is. Now custom screens, these are the treatment completion screens we have, and if you want to link one to an item, you can link it from here. I have a crown TCS screen. This will automatically pop up once I have ticked that item is complete. Update date can be used if this is a regular event such as an examination. Referral status can also be populated here. And risks and benefits. In this case I have a crown risks and benefits document which will be generated, and completion is a completion document to be sent out once the treatment item is complete, and I have one of those too. Quick code. If you want to use this as a quick item on the bottom of your treatment screen, then if you populate that name there, that's what will appear in the little box. Joe, you can have either, you can select teeth if you want, and because it's NHS we're going to choose the appropriate clinical data set. Let's move across to schemes. Select whichever schemes you want to activate this in. So I'm going to go to NHS first of all. I'm going to select a starting date. I'm just going to put a date in the past so that we can activate it today. Select the appropriate band and the appropriate guarantee status. You don't have to stop with NHS, you can also add a private item should you wish. Once again, give it a starting date and an appropriate price. Remember that for private treatments you don't have to have a price in there because you can change the price on the treatment form itself. So that's our treatment item complete, but before we go and apply it to a treatment, let's look at some of those other items I've showed you, such as treatment completion screens, risks and benefits, and completion documents. So let's start off with treatment completion screens. In this case I have a crown one created, and this is what will pop up as you complete the item, and it will then write into the clinical notes. Also, I have a completion document. So in Documents, if I push open, let's just move up one level, we're going to go to General, and I have a Crown post-treatment instructions available, so that will automatically be generated bespoke to that patient as the treatment item is completed. Now let's consider risks and benefits. This is a bit more complicated. Risks and benefits have to be updated in two areas. One is here, risks and benefits, and the other is under Documents in a specific directory. So click into risks and benefits. I'm going to open, but obviously you could create yours in here. Just give it a name, so Crown, and there's my risks and benefits form. What I also need is a very similar one under Documents. So once I'm complete, if I go up to Documents and say, in this case I have one open as well, so if I open it and I move from General to risks and benefits, this is where you need that second one. So there we have it in there, a very similar document indeed. Once it's in there and the risks and benefits area, it can be activated. Now we can think about using all of that on a patient. Here is our patient. We will go to the Treatment tab, open a new course of treatment. In this case I'm going to use an NHS treatment, but this could have been private. And here's our patient. Well, let's just pop an exam on. Let's add a new visit. And let's pop a crown on. I'm going to generate this treatment from the tooth. Click on Crown and Proposed. We now have our zirconia option, and there it is. And it's now added. It is shown in red because it is treatment yet to be completed. Now we can mark appointment 1 as complete, which will generate the first charges for the patient. And we can go to our risks and benefits. That is the R&B button at the very top. Print will print out the existing document as is, whereas Write will allow you to edit the document before it is sent to the patient. Remember, it can be printed, it can be exported, it can be emailed, it can be sent to the patient's own device using Patient Portal, or it can be sent to a Windows signature pad. Once we have completed the treatment, our treatment completion screen will appear. We can update this, and this will write direct to your notes. Also, once it's complete, you'll notice it's changed from red to that nice pinkish colour, which identifies zirconia as being present in the mouth. Now if we move on to transmit, it warns you that there has been a new document added to the treatment form. So if you just push cancel at this point and we move around to the Documents tab, there is our document. You can print it out directly, email it directly, or write, which will allow you to edit it. If this had been a private course of treatment, the complete button would have generated that as well. In summary, whenever you want to make a new item, try to find a similar product that you can use as a guide.